Who knows? Right, anyway, who've we got on track then? So, TJW, who's at the front though? Okay, I need to get map up and everything. Enabled, enabled. Full map, please. We'll do best, so... It is the Alpine that leads, Rigby. Out on the soft tyres. Oat and Hammer, both going out on the medium so far, so... We'll see what they can do on their bank laps to see if it's good enough to challenge anywhere up the order where they want to start on the mediums. As I am. Hello. Okay, I'm trying to struggle. Right, almost everyone out on the pits. Connor and Rishi coming out. Oak's just come out. It's Nerdy currently sitting in the pits at the moment. He's the only one to not be out on track. So, we'll see when he comes out, but Rugby is going to be the first one to start his lap. No, I didn't want to get rid of all that. There you go, finally it's an on it. That's all 2 years. So Rugby opens his lap then. What can he do to start off here? Slight lift off through there, just making sure don't exceed track limits. If you push the car a bit wide there, you can really ruin your lap. You just take flight through some of the curbs. But he rounds the first sector. I didn't actually get to see the time which he set, but so far it's an alright lap, no mistakes from him so far. He opens the DRS down the main straight. Behind him he's got Percival, I believe, and then his Alpine teammate Hammers UK on the medium. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do on those medium tyres, see how much the difference is between the two sets of compounds. As Rigby now coming up to the second sector, or the end of the second sector I should say, and what's it going to be as he crosses it? It's obviously purple, and I can't see couldn't see it because it got a notification on the top right, so I couldn't see what the time was. Oh well, we'll get some idea of what the lap times are after he finishes this lap, as nothing's gone horribly wrong for him on this lap. It seems to be a clean lap. No track limits, which is the most important thing you want to get the lap done with, as that's someone getting out of the way. I think that's kind of getting out of the way, but Rigby's going to finish his lap around the final corner. What can he do? The banker is a 1:36.311. There's now attention turns to Percival. What can Percival do as he crosses the line? It's only a 37 flat. It's not good enough to get Rigby. His teammate Hammer, what can he do on the medium tyres? He crosses the line. It's only just behind Percival with a 37.1. Connor is coming into the pit after invalidating a lap, but behind we've got TJW, because that's a tyre glitch. It's saying he's on soft, but he's on mediums. That's Rishi, that is. There's TJW. What can he do? Can he get near the front row? He can get on the front row, but only just ahead of Percival. Still a 6/10 gap though to Rigby, with a great lap from him. There's now Moneyman going around the final corner. What can he do as he comes up to the line now? It's a 37 flat, only 11 thousandths ahead of Percival there. Pops himself onto the front of the second row. There's now full back to Nerdy's on his up lap, and well, the world champion, he's already taken that crown. However, still need a good result for Mercedes to try and grab the Constructors' Championship. So both of them racing, but also both AlphaTauris racing, who they're against. So it'll be an interesting fight to see who can come out in that battle. There's Rishi on the medium tyres. See what lap he can put in. Can it challenge? Can it be ahead of Hammer? Or can it challenge us? That's a huge snap out the last corner there. As he rounds the final corner and up to the line, where's he going to go? And it's first place, so just edging Rigby out to pole there after his first runs. So good luck from Rishi there, and that's first for now. But we've got some other people completing their lap. Hammer coming in. We have Oat is going to finish his lap, however. Oh, that was a bit of a shaky exit there. It's only a 2-minute one, so not respectable. lap time as Rigby with no front wing. So Rigby's spinned it somewhere, which I didn't note, as that's a McLaren just pulling over to the side, out of the way of Money Man, who I'm going to believe isn't on a lap here. I do believe he's coming into the pits. As we'll see, does he pull over? Yes, he pulls over to the right hand side. So, next car, Nerdy Average Gamer. As he finishes the second sector, it's a 59.4. Currently, he goes a bit wide through there. Manages to keep it within track limit. Uses the curb on the inside and on the outside there. Running it nice and wide now as he sweeps through the three right-handers here. There's one, there's two, and now heavy braking into the third. So again, using the curb on the inside. Trying to use all the track that you can. Got to be careful that you don't exceed track limits though. There's 2 corners to go. Down into fourth. Puts it through now. 1 corner to go now. Third gear. And on the exits he puts power down. What's it going to be up to the line? He crosses the line. It's only a 138.2. It's only 7th place for Nerdy at the moment. Meanwhile, Rishi is coming into the pits. We have Oat spinning around. I've only just caught that. About to go into the bridge, and he's dropped it there, and he's got to be careful that he doesn't crash into the wall again. So, after not having a great first lap, his second lap hasn't gone much better. Just know who else is on a lap that we've got. We've got Mercedes coming through the final sector now. That's TJW, currently 100ths up on his previous lap time. He's trying to close some of that big gap as Oat has retired. Where's he? I think he's gone on the inside of the final corner there. Either that or he's crashed into the pit lane. So I think he's tried putting the power down on the final corner as there's no one to particularly look on to see that. But anyway, TJW, what can he do? Comes through the penultimate corner now into the final corner. As there's the car in the middle of the track on the right hand side. TJW with an improvement of just over, so that's gonna get him a little bit closer to that front row, but it's still not enough for him. There's Connor about to open his lap. We're going to ride on board for him for this lap, I think. There's no one else unless TJW has gone for another lap, but we're going to stay on board with Connor to see what he can do, as that's good turn one there. Is he going to keep it flat through here? Oh, it's the slightest of lifts through there, but barely anything. As now he swings it left, he misses the curb on the inside there and through the first sector. Again, I'm forgetting to check what the sector times are. So left-hander just got to be patient, and a bit too early on the power from him. And that sent his car to the left-hand side, and that could have lost him half a second there. As all the way down the straight now, you're just losing time with a bad exit. As we can have a look to see if TJW did go on another lap. She might have done, but you see the track limit, so on board with Connor, what can he do? After making a mistake, after the slow left-hander, opens his DRS. I think he's going to finish his lap after he has no time set so far. It's a 59.1 through the middle sector. Just through the chicane he goes. Got to make sure you don't run wide there, because you'll get your lap invalidated. Through the final sector he goes. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully that'll get out of the way. TJW is one of them who pulls over to the left hand side. The one ahead will not be in the way. It's the other Mercedes actually of Rishi. As again Connor almost dropping the car on the exit. As now he swings it through the final corner and up to the line. Where can he go? And it's P7 just slots in just ahead of Nerdy Average Gamer there. And that's a 37.8 at 7/10 down on Hammer, who is the next car ahead of him as he spins out, and that is a retirement for Connor there, going on a second push lap, and he's dropped it going out of the exit there. Take no further part in this qualifying session, as I've just seen someone okay to be crashing at the moment as Hammer's put it in the wall now on the inside, so that's a long trip back to the pits now for him as he's just gone past them. So he'll be frustrated with himself there as now. Let's see what Rishi is currently a 10th up on himself on the soft tyres. He might have wanted to be a bit more ahead on the soft tyres compared to the medium tyres, but we'll see how he closes this lap out. Pulls over to the right hand side, heavy braking. Little lock up through there. But as he runs wide, and that's going to be an invalidated lap for him. So he just needs to slow down, maybe reset himself for another lap. See what he does. There's a hammer. We'll see what he can do on this lap as he comes down the back straight. Is this the, do you call this a back straight? I don't know. There's 3 straights, unfortunately. So it's slightly awkward, but now heavy braking into the chicane. Uses a bit of the curb on the inside. Switches it back to the right hand side. Oh, never mind. I just realised Hammer doesn't have a front wing. That's why he's not setting a lap. I literally watched that happen and I still forgot. So Nerdy is on his out lap at the moment. Oh, Percival also coming out the pits. So let's see if Nerdy can improve his time. Is he on the mediums again? Yes, he is. So he believes he can make some ground on these mediums. So he wants clear to see that it's the tyre that he wants to start on. As he comes around the final corner now to open his lap. Can he improve on his time? You sort of hope that he can. Currently 2 seconds off Rishi, who is also on the medium tyres. Again, a very slight sign of a lift through there. But very slight, barely anything, because he meets both curbs on the inside there. Swings it around the hairpin. Gotta be patient, and he is. As he puts the power down onto the main straight. Look like a good exit down there, and that will help him throughout the whole straight now, as he's got no one around him, so nothing to distract him. Sound like a bit of a lock up through there. Might have pushed him a little bit wide, but it shouldn't affect his lap too much, as again onto the second straight on this lap. How's the middle sector for him? He's 4 tenths up on his last time, so 59 flat from him. What can he get out of this last sector here? He needs a much bigger improvement if he's going to be able to challenge the top 5 and his teammate on those medium tyres. So he runs wide through there. Swings it through there, nice turn as he's coming into the pit, so he's not happy with the lap on the mediums. And oh, he's crashed into the pit lane. So that's going to take some time for repairs, and that might be his qualifying over. If the repairs take too long. Then that could be his quali over. He might not be able to get out and do another lap. As let's see what Percival can do. His teammate currently sat in P5, only just behind Moneyman. And then you see a bit of a gap to the guys ahead. That's a purple middle sector from him, and this looks like a good lap from him. A couple of tenths up on his lap time. So Percival just needs to round this lap up, and it could be challenging for possibly a front row here. If he can do a good final sectors, I don't think we're going to see Nerdy come out for a while. But the other guys need to be coming out sometime soon to be able to get a lap in. We'll see what they'll do, but how can Percival do? Through the final corner now. Use the curb on the left hand side as he comes up to the line, and it's P3, narrowly missing out on a front row. 24 thousandths of a second. That's a good lap there from Percival to get him up the order. Now he might be going for a recharge lap here and go for another lap again after this. It's TJW still out there on 3-lap old soft tyres. It's a bit too late now to come in. He needs to recharge on this lap and have one last attack at it. Yeah, Nerdy. That's it. That is his session over, as we have yellow flags, and that is for Hammer. No, it's not. It's for Rigby. No, it's not. It's for TJW. No, it's not. Yes, it is TJW. We've got even more yellow flags. What's happening here then? I think it was just Rishi getting out of the way of people. Make sure he doesn't get in the way of them. It's always good to see is TJW. He's going to come out the final corner. Is he going to complete this lap? As he crosses the line, it's on a 46, so he's not completed that lap. Hammer, it's not Hammer, it's Rigby. He's starting his lap. He's a bit close there. That's Hammer though, 6/10 up on his previous lap time. Could be a good lap from him here. As he really jumps across that curb there, he's got to be careful he doesn't exceed track limits. So that was very close to it. It's now difficult braking into the section because you start it off with a slight turning to the right hand side. You've got to position your car well through there. There's now 2 corners to go. Can they finish this lap out? Possibly challenge for top 5. There's 1 corner to go. As he comes up to the line, how can he do? Across the line, and it's fastest for Hammer. So Hammer, with a 35.6, all of a sudden goes first as behind Percival comes into the pits. That is a Mercedes coming up to the line. That is Rishi starting his lap. So Rishi needs to find a good lap here to take it back. Is that 6/10 that Hammer has got on him there, and that is a great lap from Hammer. Good to see him take pole as Rishi's made a mistake. Rishi's made a mistake, and that's his quali over. So Hammer currently with pole. Rishi at best can only get second. What can his teammate do? Can his teammate outplace him maybe? There's only 4/10 behind it. Close between second and 6th. As he crosses the line, and he is. TJW outqualifies his teammate just at the end there. What can Rigby do? Can he do anything? Because he crosses the line. No, he can't. He stays in P4. That means only Moneyman is left, and possibly Hammer if he's gone for another lap, which he hasn't. So what can Moneyman do? His lap's over, I think, as he comes into the pits. As TJW spun as well. So that is qualifying over. And we have Hammer on pole here, followed by TJW and Rishi. That's a great qualifying for Mercedes. They will have wanted that for the constructors' fight. Behind him is Rigby, then Percival. Close between those two, and then Moneyman narrowly behind. And then Connor, Nerdy, and Oates all crashing out. Although Nerdy didn't quite crash out, but didn't go out for another lap after that. As Hammer peels into the pits, we've got to wait for TJW to make his way around, which could take a while here. There's when you want it, nothing loads. Yeah, so currently the gap between Mercedes actually and AlphaTauri is 45 points, so Mercedes are going to struggle here to win anything. As what? It's 55. Is it 55 points that they need? No, 45 points that they need. So they need to. So actually, because of that, that actually crowns AlphaTauri Constructors Champions, if I'm right. Because Mercedes aren't going to get the extra point for pole position. So I think that crowns AlphaTauri Constructors Champions. I think, if I'm right. So Hammer with a great lap, 5/10 in the end to the next car, the 35.6 TJW. Just behind with a 36.1, then Rishi, his teammate, starting on the mediums though. We'll see how that plays out. Then it's Rigby, Percival, Moneyman, Connor, Nerdy and Oat will round out the grid. Any chance of a wet race? Anyone? Nope, he's going to be bone dry. No surprise here for Abu Dhabi. so AlphaTauri haven't won the constructors yet. As we currently have a predicted strategy of 2-stop, soft to medium, obviously with Rishi starting on the mediums. It'll be interesting to see if he maybe tries a 1-stop possibly. Maybe go from mediums to hards, or if you can really stretch the mediums, maybe to lap 16, maybe go onto the softs. Yeah, 50. So 50, yeah, 55 points. Yeah, okay, right. I forgot there was a completely different point scoring system. So Mercedes, with a strong weekend, can still win this, especially with Percival only being in P5 and Nerdy only down in P8. However, the bottom three starting on mediums, along with Rishi. So, Governor 45, yeah, okay, I got it. Ranking you. We'll keep it on interval. Don't need telemetry. But Hammer with a great qualifying lap. Can he keep the lead off the line? There's currently Hope falling far behind actually here. Falling quite far off the back of the pack. Needs to make sure he's within 10 car lengths there. Otherwise he could be seeing a penalty coming his way. As they all pull up now to the grid. It's Hammer leading the way with the two Mercedes. Will be charging him down off the start line. However, Rigby behind, so we could see an Alpine Mercedes battle here if everyone off the line gets away cleanly. But I will pull up to the line last, and we have a full grid. Oh no, we don't have a full grid, but everyone's lined up as we get ready to get underway here. Lights were held on for a long time as we get underway here, and it seemed like it's a good start from Hammer here. There's already Rishi on the right hand side, going to try and challenge for his teammate here, and he gets around the outside. TJW not with a great start. Percival trying to go around the outside of Moneyman. There's Connor going a bit wide through there. Moneyman makes the move up into P4. Percival now under threat from Rigby as Oak get past Connor, and Nerdy Average Gamer will also get past Connor there. So Connor making a mistake through there. Is now Oak trying to find the way past the Alpine ahead of him, which is Rigby, as he keeps a narrow line through there. But everyone through cleanly on the first lap. It's Hammer holds on to his lead. The two Mercedes are swapped around though, with Rishi on the medium tyres into P2, TJW in P3. Moneyman close to the back there, although Rigby even closer to Percival here. Has thought about going for the move, but thought about the entire race and backs out of it in the end. So around the corner, Rishi already over a second behind Hammer, so Hammer with a great start here. Already getting the second gap that you need by the third lap here, as Moneyman possibly going for the move on TJW, but he shuts that off into the braking zone. As now we exit the second sector. Rishi with a good run through there. TJW already dropping off the back of his teammate here. Would have wanted to have stayed with him, as we keep getting predicted pit stop strategy. Go away please. But let's have a look to see. Position change, so Rishi up 1, TJW down 1. Moneyman with a great start, already up 2. Rigby couldn't get it off the line and help his teammate. He's dropped down 2 and he's already lost a second to Percival ahead. His tyres aren't switching on very well. And then we've got O already up 2 from the back of the pack, and Connor going down 2, having retired in qualifying. Was Rishi making a mistake on the exit there, and the gap's 1.2 seconds. He's currently in no man's land with a second plus ahead of him and a second plus behind him as well. He'll want to try and close that gap as much as he can, as we have someone off. I believe that's Rigby. Rigby is off, so he's dropped it on the exit of the third corner here. And has he lost his wing? I think he's lost his wing as well. Yes, he has, so he'll need to go into the pits and change that. No safety car for him, which he won't be happy with as a Moneyman. Looking W here, only 2 tenths behind. He's into the braking zone. Can he set himself up for the next corner? He puts the power down. No DRS in play yet, and I don't think he's going to be able to make the move done. as of yet. But Rigby, it's unfortunate as he's lost his front wing now. He's going to have to hope for a safety car to save his race, as it's a long way back to the pits if you spin out there. But still, it's Moneyman, he's still the closest. On the back of TJW, Connor also putting the pressure on Nerdy Average Gamer, who he seemed to be Connor. He didn't have a great start. Maybe he's getting back into the swing of it now, getting a rhythm going, as still Moneyman close to the back here. But Hammer pulling away out front, that's what he'll be wanting to do. Rishi might be alright with this though on the medium tyres. He'll hope that those compound will kick in later on. TJW would have liked to have stayed with his teammate, but it's just not happening. Rigby is into the pits. Oh, there's another one off. Moneyman has done the same as Rigby, and he's lost his wing as well. As he's got to be careful. He's getting in the way of the McLaren there. A vote. Just needs to let all these people through. There's no point defending the position. He's going to lose it anyway. But Moneyman looked to be piling the pressure on TJW there, but it's just lost out as he crushes it and loses his front wing. And he'll need to come into the pits as Rigby onto the hard tyres, so he's looking to go a good distance on those tyres. As something's happened to Connor as well. He seems to have dropped off a lot. So whether he made a mistake, he's still got his front wing intact though. So whether he made a mistake in the same place as Moneyman but managed to save his front wing, I don't know. Let's have a look, see anyone got a penalty yet? No penalties as of yet. Moneyman will need to get back to the pits, as now every gap's over a second except for Percival. No, it's his turn on the back of TJW, but clearly the dirty air is affecting the cars. As if you get too close, especially through turn 3, turn 4, as we have someone off again. And it's Connor. So Connor's lost it again. Is that a front wing loss? It looks like it's still intact. At least on the right hand side, as I wish the game would change the camera angle. No, it's not. So Connor has now lost his front wing as he goes into the wall again. You've got to be careful. So 3 people crashing already. As Moneyman tyres he puts on. As Percival though will have DRS, and he's now close on TJW. What can he do as he exits the corner now? The gap's 0.6, slowly increasing at the moment, but as soon as he opens DRS, TJW trying to break the slipstream. Percival not really bothering with it at the moment. He's happy to sit behind, maybe recharge some of his ERS. Let's look at what ERS levels people are on. So 50%, 70% though for TJW. Rishi has used quite a lot, but not as much as Hammer. Hammer really trying to push that gap out. He's used a lot of his ERS there. There's Percival 40%, Oat is on 30, Nerdy's on 60, and then these 3 will be basically on 100% as Rigby. Now close to Moneyman. So after spinning out on the last lap, he finds himself in 8th place, but he's struggling on those hard tyres with the grip. But Percival locking up through that corner there. Oh, he runs a bit wide. That could be a warning through there. On this game, it's very harsh. If you go out wide, it's likely to go through the final corner. No DRS zone on the main straight. It's one of the few tracks that doesn't have DRS on the main straight, on the start-finish straight. So it's difficult to close the gap or definitely make a move into turn 1 through there. Puts TJW going a bit wider than Percival through there. Maybe he stuck his foot in a bit more. As Percival will have DRS once. Just got to set himself up nicely as he exits the corner. How good's his exit? He's further back than he was last time. However, is he going to stay? He's not going to stay in. He is going to stay in the slipstream, so he might catch up a little bit more time here. As he breaks a little bit deep into that corner with a small lock up on the front left. as he exits the corner. Meanwhile, up ahead, Rishi, the mediums are starting to come into effect here as he's starting to claw back at that gap that Hammer made. He's currently 2/10 up, so he's going for this now as he's used a lot of ERS as well, so he wants to close that gap as soon as he can. Percival still not within range to attack TJW yet, might just want to sit behind, save some of the ERS, which he has done quite well so far, as we have yellow flags, and that's Connor around, and Connor has DNF'd in the same place where we've seen so many crashes, and that's a safety car. So that's going to bring the pack close together, and this could be perfect for the soft tyre runners just to come in, take your free pit stop, as Hammer will come in. It'd be interesting to see if Rishi is coming in, so he's going to throw off those medium tyres. Could be slightly awkward for him, as I'd say now the strategy is 2 medium sets would take you to the end, but Rishi's going to have to use a different set of tyres. It's onto the mediums for him. For Hammer, it's also onto the mediums. That's Rishi on the mediums. There's Percival in on the mediums. Nerdy staying out though, so Nerdy staying out. He will have track position here, and that could be a good decision from Nerdy, as they're only 5 lap old mediums, especially if he's trying the one stop. Make sure he don't crash into the safety car. No, he'll sit behind it, so it's Hammer, then Rishi, then Percival. So Percival ahead of TJW, so the double stacking from Mercedes resulted in Percival getting the jump on him, as O out on the soft tyres, so he's possibly looking to get a good restart here and get ahead as many people as he can. As Moneyman and Rigby not taking the opportunity, so they will stay on those hard compound tyres. I would have thought they would at least wanted a fresh set of tyres, especially if the position's not going to change, being at the back, but now it's going to be Nerdy leading the way. And currently it seems to be a stronger outing from AlphaTauri, so if AlphaTauri can keep this, then they will be the champions. Almost everyone catching up. GW approaching it, so's out. Moneyman and Rigby are a bit further behind after their incidents. After our incidents in turn, similar to the one which Connor's just had, which resulted in him crashing out. There's no everyone catching up to the safety car now. But Rishi at a disadvantage now. Having started on the mediums, he still needs to use another set of tyres, otherwise he'll be disqualified, so we'll see how long he can take those mediums, if he can try and go mediums to softs. Great, my mic wasn't plugged in the whole time. Oh, great. Right, I'm back. For some reason my mic wasn't recording it. A safety car in this lap, so safety car didn't even get to complete a full lap and it's already in, so end of lap 10. And we've got 18 laps to go, still way over half the race. Just checking that it's working. Yep. So when will Hammer go? Well, he have the same problems as Nerdy did. Got to make sure his tyres are up to temperature. Safety car peeling into the pits here. So I'm not sure where the safety car line is. I think it's around there. And has he gone? No, he hasn't. Yeah, I think he tried going, but he realised as soon as he put the power down that it wasn't going to work, as now he goes on the exit. And Rishi already straight on his back. Already, it's not been a good restart from Hammer here. But Rishi with a big look up now through there. Forces him wide, and now Oak out on the soft tyre. Might possibly pose a threat to Rishi. There's clean starts elsewhere. Moneyman currently sat at the back. But Nerdy with a great run through there. Possibly try and set up an overtake here on Rigby. Because Rigby, his back end stepping out everywhere. And on exit though, still in a good exit though from Nerdy through there. And already, Moneyman trying to go for the overtake. However, seems to be saving his ERS rather than going for the move. And he's not going to go for the move as yet, but that's a wide moment from Nerdy there. Moneyman will be able to just set himself up here. And on exit, he's going to be able to get the move. And Nerdy falls back down the order, down into P7 now. But Rishi still on the back of Hammer here. As Hammer feeling the need to go defensive as they follow each other closely, but that's a wide error from Rishi there. Are there any penalties yet? No, still no penalties. But Rigby's still on the hard tyres actually, and that's why Moneyman has just got past him. So Moneyman up to P5 now, having come in under safety car. So is Nerdy though on the soft compound tyres. Rishi though really putting the pressure on Hammer here. But on exit, Rishi using a lot of ERS, so was Hammer through there. Oh, not using as much. Neither's Percival, so a lot of ERS usage. Nerdy hasn't used much ERS, he's still in the 90s. Around the third corner where so many people have spun and crashed out there. Oh, and as soon as I say that, Rigby actually before the third corner there. It's on the second corner that he spun, so I'm not quite sure where he spun it, but those hard tyres just haven't come into effect for him as Rishi has lost a second. So Hammer's managed to pull away and only 5 tenths down. Could look to possibly go for the move on Rishi here. It's what I want to do on the soft compound tyres. But that's another mistake from Rishi, meaning him to go wide. And now will have the better run on him. With Slipstream using all the overtake, Rishi isn't using his as they go into the braking zone. Who's going to brake latest? It's going to be Oat down the inside. Oat gets the move done, however Rishi trying to get the overlap done, doesn't do it. God. There's Rishi with a huge mistake then, as it seemed like he just took the curb on the inside. And it resulted in him almost spinning out on the left hand side. So I think he just caught the curb too much and almost dropped it, and that is out up into P2 now with 1.7 second gap ahead. He'll want to close that as soon as he can to make sure he can use these soft tyres to his effect. There's now 7 tenths between all drivers here. Nerdy hasn't been very comfortable on those soft tyres since he came in. The gap's 2 seconds ahead. Whether he's made another mistake, I'm not sure. As Rigby into the pits, he will need another safety car now to get once again back into this race. Another person who's fallen to the third corner, as that's a fastest first sector from Moneyman here, as he's looking to try and put the pressure on Percival's. A good exit. Only 5 tenths behind, however. Percival will have DRS and slipstream there as he comes on the hill now into the braking zone, and no one's gonna be able to go for the move. However, Rishi is close to Oat here. Coming down here now, look how close Rishi is. Does he go for the move around the outside? Tries to have a look, but Oat will defend it off, as now blocking the whole track. Switches it back to the left hand side. But Rishi only 3 tenths away from Oat here. Oat catching up to Hammer as well. It's not as if Oat's losing pace. It's more that he's dragging along the people behind with the 2 DRS zones and the long back end straights. But Rishi round in the final corner now. He's close. There's Nerdy now coming back into it here with the fastest lap. So he's managed to find his rhythm, and now he's going to want to come try and push himself back onto the back of this pack. Through the first sector, and again it's a 700th improvement as he's looking quick at the moment on those soft tyres. Rishi though, with a mistake out the final corner, could have had an opportunity to make the move, and instead that swings to Percival. However, the straight line speed from Percival just isn't, as maybe he's running a bit higher downforce. Rishi though with great overspeed. Oat will block it off, as again another lock up on the inside for Rishi, but he's going to set himself up and again on the exit. A big mistake, but I think it's going to be enough, as Oat's got no ERS, neither's Rishi really, but Rishi is just going to sweep around the outside and get the move done, and nothing Oat can do except for sit behind and watch. As again Rishi locking up his front left. He seems to be struggling with locking up, as again he runs wide, and this is going to give Oat a chance to stay with him. But the gap now 2.2 seconds ahead. These guys battling is really giving Hammer the go ahead, and he's really pulling away here, as Nerdy, well, he was catching up but it seems to have stopped his progress, so but that could be as just these guys are just dragging each other along in a long DRS train. Nerdy's not having any of the DRS, with him being over a second and a half away. As we'll see, any fastest lap around the board, not quite for Nerdy, but he's definitely catching up, almost within a second now. He's around that corner. Oates, look how close he is to Rishi. These two are just going to keep swapping around. If they work together they can catch up to Hammer, but Hammer still pulling away the gap over 3 seconds now. Goes out through the slow left hand chicane. What can he do as he exits the corner? Will open the DRS. How good is his overspeed on Rishi here? It's coming down the straight. It's a good overspeed. Is he going to get him before the braking zone? It's not going to be before the braking zone. He's not going to catch up enough time. However, he's happy just to sit behind for now, as another lockup from Rishi going into that corner. Sets himself up nicely, and surely on exit, only 3 tenths behind now, as the gap's already started going down, and he's not even going to use his ERS. Rishi using his ERS as he switches to the inside. Almost no room there. Forces Rishi out wide, and he gets the move done back up into P2. As Oat went for a gap that almost wasn't there, but in the end it's good racing from these guys, as Rishi making another mistake, going wider, and then the track says so, as Nerdy has caught up to the back of this group now, and he'll be looking to put some pressure on the guys ahead with not only fresher tyres but a better compounded tyres as well. There's now Rishi. Now it's his turn to try and make the move on Oat ahead. There's now, he comes around the first corner. 4 tenths is the gap to Oat ahead. He's just got to make sure that he keeps within that. And he will get the move done. I hope so. Tier 1 should be a good race. You seem to have got a lot of drivers actually from that race, which is good to see. Because this race has been a good one as well. 2 retirements currently, meaning 2 safety cars. Meaning the pack's just been bunched together, as here comes Rishi. And he's just going to get the move done before the braking zone, and out happy just to sit behind for now. He might be able to get the move back done. As Hammer not really pushing away much now. The gap's still 3 seconds, but as Acre on exit is not close enough at all. So being able to get the move done out of that corner, as we have some more yellow flags, and that's Rigby again on turn 2. It's not been a good day for Rigby, but however he knows there could be a safety car and that will bunch the group up together, so he's just going to stay with it, make sure there's no retirements. It's Percival with a lock up, and Moneyman almost thought about going for the move there, but that's going to give Nerdy the opportunity to go around the outside here as they go side by side through this corner. But Nerdy will back out of it as we have our first time penalty finally. After 16 laps, Rishi gets a 3-second time penalty as Oat has actually dropped off the back, so Rishi sacrifices a 3-second time penalty to get away. And so the gap over a second though, Oat will really want to make sure that he's within that second to get the DRS, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. Maybe those soft tyres are just out of their zone now. It's taken 10 laps, so if Oat can hang on for just a bit longer, he can put on another set of soft tyres and he'll be able to go to the end. But as Percival now will be putting the pressure on Oat, it's now his turn to try and make a move. Puts it back to the right. Can he get the move done down this straight? He's got a good exit on Oat here. Oat, in fact, no straight line speed down the straight, and that's a good move from Percival there, who moves up into P3 as these soft tyres are now not working on this McLaren car. As we have more yellow flags, and it's Rigby again. Rigby's DNF though this time. Are we going to see a safety car? Yes, we are. It's the 3rd safety car of the race, as Rigby once again falls foul to turn 3. And so Rigby's been struggling with that corner the whole race, but this time is just a bit too much and he will DNF. And that is now 3 retirements as Hammer. Everyone surely coming into the pits now, but tyre choice. Rishi has to go for softs here. Has already been on 2 sets of mediums. Hammer is also putting on the softs. Let's see what Oat puts on. Oat goes for softs. Moneyman on for medium, so Moneyman trying to make sure he can go the distance here. Nerdy is going to put on the softs. He's going to fall to the back of this pack, which I think he was in anyway, but Moneyman the only one on the medium tyres, so with the soft tyres, definitely after 10 laps they weren't working on Oat's car, and that was with some safety car running as well. So maybe Moneyman might be able to drag this one out and will attack right at the end, as long as he can hold on to the guys ahead, have DRS. Softs will go to the end, but as we saw from Oat at the end of that stint, it was around lap 10, he started dropping off. He lost the position to Rishi and then lost a second, whether that was just because maybe he was making a couple of mistakes or whether it was to do with the tyres. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I think soft should be the better tyre choices. You'll just get the better start, but if Moneyman can stay with them, and maybe towards the end of the stint he can challenge the guys ahead. But as Rishi, don't forget Rishi with that 3-second time penalty. I'm just going to check that. Yep, it is just 3 seconds for Rishi. He's got to be careful there, as Hammer not staying close to the safety car. Safety car is not in this lap, so we've got to have another lap under safety car conditions. As Rishi almost going into the back of Hammer. There's Rishi, so it's just Don't try anything. Now everyone in this race has moved up a position except for Hammer, who's staying in his position. As we've had 3 retirements. Rigby started in P4, and TJW starting in P2. He outqualified his teammate. He also overtook his teammate as well, just after the start of the race. And then Connor, unfortunately, at the start of the race, but yep, it's another lap under safety car here. It's Hammer dummying, but that's Rishi into the pits. So Rishi into the pits. Okay, this is interesting. Is he putting on mediums? No, he's going for another set of softs. He's got no front wing. Rishi's lost his front wing. Somehow or other I've missed that. So Rishi coming into the pits to fix his front wing. And he's back under away. He's going to be at the back of this pack now with that 3-second time penalty still. He's going to struggle to get anything out of this race now, as he will have at least 1 lap fresher tyres, but I don't think that's going to do him much justice. That's now he's falling behind. Let's keep the tyre up there. There's Moneyman now in P3 on a podium position on those medium tyres, dropping a bit far back from Percival. AlphaTauri are now champions, yes. With TJW's retirement, it does now mean AlphaTauri take the Constructors' Championship, as it required both Mercedes to finish high. Required them, you know, first, second, first, third. One of the high scoring opportunities, but TJW retiring down in 8th and Rishi at the back of this pack in P6, as he needs to make sure he just stays behind and goes ahead so he doesn't crash into anyone else under safety. Is the safety car going to come in this lap? This green light's on for some reason, don't know why that is. There's no lap cars, the safety car lights are out, and safety car is in this lap. So now it's up to Hammer once again to control the pace. He went out of the final corner last time. I think he's either going to try change it up and go a bit earlier, or will he keep it the same and go out that last corner? Hammer will want to give himself as much space to the safety car as he can, so he can go whenever he wants. So who's going to get the advantage coming out of here? As keep the penalties up, because I'm sure there'll be some other people with maybe a couple of warnings. 1 penalty his way. As Hammer, does he go on the exit of here? He puts his foot down. Yes, he does. So Hammer goes on the exit. Caught a bit off guard there, as the gap's over 5/10 already. As Oates and Rishi already going side by side. Rishi looking for an early move here, but he's not going to be able to get it done. As Oat with the inside line. Rishi though really putting the pressure on Oat here, as he's wanting to get moves done nice and early. Because Oat almost dummying the moves to the inside on Nerdy. As Oat goes for the move on the inside of Nerdy, tries to force his way through. Nerdy has to try and give the space. There was a slight bit of contact there, but that's going to cost Nerdy a lot of time, with Oat trying to get the move done too early there. And Rishi might be able to capitalise on this, as Oat's not able to make the move. Does he go for the move now? As he goes for the move down the inside, Nerdy leaves him room and will defend the position for now, as Rishi now will box him in, and Oat can't make the move as he's boxed in, and now Rishi will be the one challenging Nerdy, but Oat's still on the inside here, as Nerdy now blocks off Rishi, and Oat goes to the inside once again of Nerdy, pushes him out wide, now leaves him no room. As Oat squeezes him to the inside and he's made the move done. Rishi is just going to sit behind for the moment, but Oat makes the move done up into P4. Meanwhile, out in front, Hammer has got away quite nicely. The gap's already over a second. Moneyman not doing too bad on those medium tyres. It's sat in P3 still, the gap though just over a second. There's Nerdy. Now with Rishi right behind him, Rishi will want to get past as soon as possible. If he gets past at all. But Moneyman catching up a lot of time. It's a great first sector from him. There's no DRS though on this lap. We'll just have to try and sit behind Percival as long as he can to hope for the DRS. Oh, only a second behind as well. Nerdy a second behind him also. But Rishi is already closing in, and he might be able to try and go for the move or force Nerdy into a mistake. Nerdy goes defensive here. As Rishi will now just be patient, wait for the switchback opportunity here. Loses the back end though a bit on exit. However, it's a good run from him. Nerdy not able to get a good exit. As Rishi pulls it to left hand side, but he's not quite got the overspeed and needs to stay in the slipstream there. And he's going to stay behind for the time being. As Nerdy holds on to 5th position. It was just another wide moment from Rishi there. Forced to leave the track. But Moneyman still challenging that 1 second gap. It seems like Percival made a bit of a mistake through there. The gap's 1.8 seconds ahead. It's not what he needed. And Samuel's looking good for the win at the moment, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. With the rest of the races, Rishi really is close to Nerdy. There's the DRS enabled, and there's the 1 second gap that Percival's managed to pull out on Moneyman, only just though. I'll have to keep monitoring that as they go through the end of the first sector. But Nerdy going possibly a bit too deep through there, and Rishi trying to set himself up now. He's managed to attack it. Moneyman, I think, has DRS here. It was close to the beam, but Rishi lines himself up nicely on exit. It doesn't get a great run as Nerdy will start to pull away, but the DRS will come into play. Moneyman did get DRS. Oat didn't, but Nerdy didn't, and Rishi is going to make the move nice and easily on the right hand side with DRS. However, Nerdy might be able to have the next straight. He'll have the DRS himself. This time there's the activation point and there's the DRS. So can Nerdy retake 5th position? He's going down here, he's got the overspeed, he switches it to the inside. Rishi too late to defend, and Nerdy is down the inside and up into P5. It's another late braking move. There's Rishi still behind him there with the 3 second time penalty as well. But Moneyman's managed to stay close to Percival here. I'm just going to turn my game sound up quickly, because otherwise it's slightly quiet. Right, hopefully that's a bit better for you guys. This Moneyman is definitely within the second gap this time. He's closer than he was before. There's the gap only 8/10 just underneath. So he rounds the hairpin, puts the power down, and it's a great exit from him. Percival's made a mistake out of the exit there, and Moneyman's going to be right on his tail. Coming down into this braking zone. I don't think he's close enough to make the move. I could be wrong though. Is he braking into the corner? No, Moneyman doesn't go for the move as Rishi once again makes the move around the outside, but can Nerdy do what he did last time? He's gonna switch to the left hand side, switch back as Rishi jumps over the curb. Is Moneyman close enough to make the move? Yes he is. I'm going to focus on Moneyman first as he goes to the inside. Who's going to be later braking into the corner? As Percival trying to stick it around the outside, can't do. Nerdy gets the move done down the inside of Rishi with another 3 second time penalty. So Nerdy is ahead and Moneyman's ahead as well. Moneyman already pulling a big gap out to Percival, was out now within the second to Percival at the time being, but Rishi's still behind Nerdy as Nerdy's done that twice to him now. Surely he's got to reconsider his tactics here. There's Nerdy driving well at the moment, driving intelligently. to make sure he holds on to that P5 for as long as he can. But all this battling between these two means the gap ahead's 2 seconds to Oat. There's Oat already on the back of Percival. The gap only 5/10 to Percival for some reason. Struggling at the moment. He's not going to have DRS on Moneyman. I don't think, unless he can push enough through this first sector here. The gap's still 1.1. How good's this corner through here? It's not going to be good enough. And so, DRS for Oat here. Can he make the move? As again, we've got two possible overtakes coming from Oat and Rishi. As on exit. It's not a great exit from Oat here. As Percival doesn't have DRS, but Rishi is going to pull over again and get the move done. As these two ahead going side by side. Oat just going to hand back for now. We'll have DRS on the next straight. Percival might also, though. Percival does have DRS, so I don't think he's going to be able to get the move done here. And so Nerdy, once again, his tactics are going to pay off and he's going to get the move done. Nothing Rishi can do. Unless he tries to brake later, which he can't do. And Nerdy will hold on for another lap. With only 5 laps to go. That's another lockup from Percival. But Percival managing to stay close enough now with Moneyman that might be able to mean that he holds on to the P3. However, those medium tyres from Moneyman will be able to kick him, especially in this, later on in this race. And across the line with 4 laps to go. Hammer, though, leading the pack 3.3 seconds ahead of Moneyman in second place, and he's controlled this race ever since that safety car. He's controlled the race with the safety car before that. Yellow flags, and that's Rishi. Rishi's fallen at turn 3, and that could be his race over now, unless someone else possibly retires. As closer to Percival. However, Percival with DRS and Slipstream ahead as well. With not much ERS at all. There's Percival with a lockup now. But as we exit the corner now, how good's the exit from Percival? It's not too bad. The exit's enough to hold Oat behind him, but it's not enough to get the move on Moneyman. He's closer though than he has been before going into that braking zone. And we could have a 3-way fight here, unless if these guys keep fighting, Nerdy could be able to join the party late on. But all this battling does mean Hammer is looking likely to win this race as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. I don't know if it's just me or has the track lied to them before. I think it's just me. Anyway, Oat runs the final corner. 5/10 is the gap ahead to Percival. Percival dropping off the back a bit though, 8/10 now. He needs to be closer than that if he's going to want to get the move done on Moneyman. No penalties though. Still coming out of these guys. They've been driving so consistently well, except for this corner here. Has taken a few of them out of the race as Rishi into the pits. And he needs to hope for a miracle to be able to get a top 5 result here. But as Percival, the gap 9/10 ahead. He's not going to be able to make the move into this corner here. But Percival with the exit. Oats made a mistake here, as that's another mistake from Nerdy. So Nerdy's dropped it, and he's got to be careful here. That's pushing maybe a bit too much to catch up to the guys ahead. And in the end, he's fallen. And now the gap ahead's 10 seconds, and he's got himself a 3-second time penalty as well. So he's dropped it on the outside of the corner there. And now he's just got to be careful. I don't think he's got any front wing damage. The front wing looks okay. It looks like he's got away with it. So now he's just got to make sure that he can stay ahead of Rishi here as he's lifting off though. So whether he has got front wing damage, I can't evidently see. I'm not sure. These three still close together within a second, I say that, and Percival's dropped the second. Moneyman, the medium tyres might be kicking in for him here. As the soft tyres start to wear out, that's a mistake from Percival, dropping it a bit wide there, and look how close Oat is. Oat could be able to make the move here on Percival, as he almost runs a bit wide there. Don't want to be running wide through that corner, but the gap's over a second here, and Percival isn't going to get the DRS as he taps Percival a bit wide there. But as long as Oat gets a good exit, he should be able to easily challenge Percival. I think Percival running with a high downforce setup as well. He doesn't seem to be as quick in the straights as many other people, but here comes Oat to the inside line now. Swoops past. Looked like there was a bit of contact there between them, but he's going to get the move done, and having had that DRS, I don't think he's not quite close enough to get DRS ahead. And can Percival do exactly what his teammate did and get the move done? Coming out of here, there's another bit of contact again, but yes, he can, as Oates sends it down the inside again, but it wasn't going to work there. Percival just about leaving enough room on the inside so there's no collision between them, but Oat, that's another mistake from Oat, and that could lose him the second that he needs. But Percival has now, with that battling, just dropped too much time to Moneyman, so he's not going to get the DRS benefit. As Moneyman, that gap actually closing to Hammer, so these mediums are definitely coming into play now. So it might be a good decision from Moneyman there to go on to the medium tyres. I'm just going to check that, yeah, my mic is still working. But as we round that corner now, onto the final lap of this race. Can Hammer just close this race out? He doesn't need any mistakes here. There's Oat. The battle for the podium between Oat and Percival. Who's it going to be? As Oat on exit, the gap's 6/10, 6.5. It's increasing, but as he opens the DRS, it's going to start closing down here. As Rishi with the fastest lap now, as he's closing up a lot of time to Nerdy here. I think Nerdy might have come into the pits for a pit stop just to make sure he was ahead of Rishi and he didn't lose any time. Maybe he did have slight front wing damage, but on exit, Oat, can he make the move done into this corner? No ERS left for either driver as he breaks into the corner, tries to brake later but can't do so, and Percival will hold on, and I think Oat's not going to find a way as he goes for it down the inside and he forces Percival wide. As Oat trying to make the move done, I think that was a bit too much from him there, as in the end he went wide himself and he forced him wide as he hits Percival again, and Percival's round. So Oat going into the back of Percival, and that spins Percival around, and that could possibly lose Percival the championship as Hammer crosses the line to win here in Abu Dhabi. It's been a nice controlled race from him, no mistakes whatsoever, as Hammer takes the win. Moneyman, putting on those medium tyres, did what no one else did and takes the position as Rishi retires. So Rishi's not going to get any points as he retires. As much as he didn't need them, he would have still liked to finish. Oat takes P3, however, some collisions between him and Percival at the end there might need to be discussed within the FIA. Percival will take P4. It looked like it should have been a podium for him. And then his teammate, Nerdy Average Gamer, down in P5 with that mistake towards the end of the race. But Oat with driver of the day. But there it is, Hammer wins the race to take first place. Moneyman second place on those medium tyres. It was a good race from him as well, no mistakes. And then P3, Oat. Some good racing from him. So, almost there. He takes P1 from P1 as well. It's a perfect weekend from him The only thing that he's missing out on is fastest lap, which Rishi took, but won't get the bonus point for, having retired, although it doesn't say he's retired, it's only 1 lap down, but he did retire. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Nerdy finishing in P5, having spun out. Looking like he could have possibly attacked the rest of the group, but not quite. Percival will take P4 after a last lap incident with Oat there, but Oat will take the final podium spot. But a good race. 3 safety cars in the end. Exit of turn 3. A lot of people spinning out there. A lot of retirements came from that. But Rishi was the champion anyway, but AlphaTauri will take the Constructors' title in the end, after a good drive today from both AlphaTauri drivers actually. Nerdy finishing P5 and his teammate finishing ahead in P4, so good points to finish on. This Mercedes, 2 retirements in the end, with TJW crashing towards the start of the race and Rishi crashing on the last lap. But that is this season over now for Tier 3, and Rishi is the man to take it. Tier 2 is starting in 6 minutes now, so I need to get myself off and ready. But yeah, make sure to hop on with Tier 2. Make sure to watch that race. I'm sure that race will be just as entertaining as this one. So make sure to watch that. I'll see you guys in a bit.